Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to have an epic live stream tonight as we search through Michael's house. There might be some clues here, so we definitely have to take a look at it live, as you guys can tell us what you think we should probably go check out. We're also going to talk about a couple other very mysterious aspects to Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm RJ. We do have Trippy Madison moderating for you guys. What's up, Madison?
What's up?
We're also joined up by a very special guest. We have Fearless Force. UC, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Fearless. Good to see you guys. Thanks for having me on the show again, Trippy.
Yeah, definitely great to have you, man, as we have some very interesting things to talk about. This should be a pretty sick live stream, guys. There's so much to get into here at Michael's, as we have kind of been talking about Trevor a little bit lately. I've been noticing, UC, he seems to be, one of those core elements behind the Chiliad mystery, one of those characters who truly is, kind of unsolved. We don't know what the hell is going on with Trevor. Well, Michael is a different kind of mysterious. He almost seems to be a drone or a puppet in many aspects. What do you think, just to kind of start off, the discussion when it comes to Michael himself? I know there's a lot of very crazy things going on in his house, but the fact that he joins the Epsilon and he gets abducted by aliens, I feel like, there might be some unsolved mysteries around him as well.
He's definitely the most mysterious character. If you think about it deep enough, like, Franklin doesn't have much going on. He's just a young person trying to, figure out his life. So he just does what he can. He, robs banks, etc. Trevor is just a psycho, but Michael is lost in time, bro. Like, his family is, trying to ditch him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got depression. And then he gets abducted by aliens. He gets involved into the Epsilon cult. That just proves alone that you need help and you don't know what you're doing in life. If you join a cult, to seek enlightenment, and then this cult is, literally, just taking you around in circles with this weird, dialogue that they make you do, Kiflam this, Kiflam. It's strange, There's a lot of mysterious things with Michael. I think Michael is the most, weird character, as far as, what they make him do in the game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those characters that seems to have a huge backstory, and that's really where I get his mystery from. UC is his very mysterious backstory. We don't know what his origins are. We know that he got into crime at a young age, but he seems to be very successful at it. How many bank robberies did he do, and what was the price of being so successful? Of course, ratting out his friends. Now, checking out his house, I see a lot of you guys are telling us different things that are hidden around. There's clues to the original San Andreas here in Jimmy's room. A lot of video game stuff going on in here as well. There's also some funny things going on over in Michael's daughter's room. Sometimes you'll walk in here and the daughter will be using a female play toy, I'll call it. And, that's kind of funny if you walk in on that, of course. Same thing can be done over in Michael's room. Sometimes Michael's wife is getting it on with herself. So they have all these events that go down in the house. And of course, there's also some huge references. One that you see showed off, I believe in your video today, Fearless, where you think that it looks like these pictures right above Michael's bed might have a direct correlation to the Chiliad mystery. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. What is it? Ooh, Kama Sutra book right there. Nice. Looks like he's getting extra freaky. Let's take a look at what UC's saying. You can see there's 3 pictures, one in the middle. Looks like it has a very strange zigzag path right there. And we definitely need you to check out his video when you get a chance. I'll put a link in the description because he goes into detail on the picture itself. But as you see, guys, the Chiliad mystery mural looks awfully familiar to those 3 pictures. And the path on that trail looks exactly like the crack in the egg, or very similar. Do you think that's just a coincidence, UC? Because I'm with you, man. I think this is pretty intentional.
Yeah, it's definitely intentional. As far as I know, the other 2 photo frames on the left and right side, I can't really tell much from this point, but the one in the middle is definitely the suspicious one. If you look close, first of all, how many of you have been hiking? Have you ever seen a trail like this ever, like in real life? Like these sharp corner turns, it's like 3 times, just like the crack on the egg on the mural. It's the same formation. So it comes, it makes a right, makes a left, and then a right. And that's what you see here in the painting. And that's not just the suspicious things. There's also, you can see like a Mount Chiliad in the background. And there's like 3 standing poles, which probably represent 3 characters. It's a symbolic painting. It really is. But there's definitely more to this. As I said in my video, I'm not an expert at paintings and details within paintings. So we can all work on this together, maybe find some more symbolic things in these paintings. What do you think, Trippy?
Yeah, I feel like this is a certified find here. I'm with them on this, guys. Of course, the 3 pictures just so happen to be very familiar to those pictures, or at least symbols, on the bottom of the mural, starting off with the egg. We've been talking about where that egg symbol could possibly be hidden. Well, it does correlate to this picture, and the way the painting style is, you never know what's kind of hidden in there. It almost reminds me of a Thomas Kincaid painting, for those of you who are familiar with him. Something is very strange to it. I mean, we've talked about for a long time how, why is there so many references to the Chiliad area in Michael's house? It cannot be a coincidence. You also pointed out how it looks like it says Rockstar North at the bottom right of this picture. Are you sure it's definitely Rockstar, or is it possibly just, what is that, R? Okay, I see it. It looks like R Star North. That's just interesting that it would be on that picture.
Yeah, it's definitely, it says Rockstar North, because that same exact photo frame is on the steps coming up to the second floor. There's one just like it once you hit the second floor. And this one, you can really see it. It says Rockstar North. The one in Michael's room is kind of like, it's like kind of a little bit cut out. But like I said, if you come to the one over here on the steps, you can definitely see it says Rockstar North. And then the egg crack photo right there in Michael's room is also here on the steps, coming up the steps. Now, one thing that hit me it's kind of funny, but I don't. It's just something worth mentioning is like the crack egg photo is right here on the steps. You know, like Easter eggs have steps and stuff. I thought it was kind of funny, or I don't know if it's just a coincidence or not.
Absolutely. I totally can see where you're coming from with that. Definitely a subliminal message if that's the case. So, if this does link up with that symbol there, the Chiliad Mystery Mural, that would mean that this painting here somehow correlates to the jetpack. Let's see if we can look at this, guys. Let us know what you think. Perhaps we have to look at this in a special filter. Imagine if we could actually find a hidden jetpack symbol. That would certainly clarify that there's something going on with these paintings. Not really seeing anything. Going through all the filters. Not really seeing any reference to the jetpack on that one, you see. And then over on this side, I guess this would be correlated to the UFO. I want to mention here real quick that throughout his house, guys, you can see pictures that look like the color has been inverted. So it seems like there's a definite theme of inverted colored pictures throughout Michael's house. So that's another thing that probably has something to do with, maybe a clue of some sort. I don't know if you have to invert the colors here of these paintings. It's definitely worth a try. But considering we do have the link there to the egg in the middle one, you see that you shown off, any ideas as to how the other 2 might be a clue to the mural itself?
Well, that's what I said in my video. I'm not an expert on these like photos, the paintings, because I know a lot of people that produce paintings, they hide Easter eggs within them. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so I said we could probably find something related with the other 2 frames. But as far as I know, I haven't found anything yet. I just wanted to bring up that it looked interesting, kind of related to the mural, how there's like 3 squares at the bottom, and there's like 3 photo frames in Michael's room. But as far as I know at this point, just the middle one is the one that's really standing out to me right now. Nothing else in the other 2. But yeah, I think I don't know what this crack could symbolize. It's kind of symbolic because there's 3 sharp right turns. There's 3 characters in the game. There's 3 FIB men that alter the storyline like by a lot. And there's also 3 UFOs, not to mention 2 of them say FIB, man. If you segregate and rearrange the word Bigfoot, one of the recent most biggest Easter eggs that have been installed in the game lately, it says, go to FIB. What do you think about that, man?
Yeah, obviously the UFOs have FIB written all over them as well. And the UFOs you see, that's the biggest Easter egg we're looking for eggs here, especially cracked Easter eggs. The UFOs are the closest thing we have because on both UFOs they are littered with egg symbols, and the fact that Bigfoot, like you said, can be scrambled to go to FIB, definitely a clue. I think those link to one another. I think that's really what they're getting at, though, you see, is just the FIB. They're pointing us towards the UFOs themselves, and that gets to my theory that, we are not done with the UFOs. There's still a way to interact with them somehow, whether it's with Bigfoot or by doing some other steps with the Chiliad mystery. But that's really what I think when I get out of that go to FIB clue and the correlation to the FIB itself. Also, guys, I want to give you, obviously a shout out in the Trippy chat here. We have Suplex City, Austin, Atkinson, Trippy Medium Space, Trippy Rod, Down Syndrome Dog. Thanks for joining up, guys. So another thing I want to mention, because I'm going to start to explore the house a little bit while UC and I chat, but another thing I wanted to bring up is there was a recent press conference for the new Pokemon Go game. They had a press conference at the Comic-Con in San Diego. And it turns out, this is interesting, guys, they said that there's still Easter eggs that have gone undiscovered in Pokemon Go. In other words, there's a full-blown Pokemon Go mystery going on right now. So that's another thing. If you guys want to mention that, any other mysteries that you're thinking, definitely let us know in the chat. Trippy Madison, any ideas of what could be still hidden in Pokemon Go? They told us for sure that something is still hidden in there. What could it possibly be?
More Pokeballs? I have no idea.
It's funny you mention that because they did find data for the Master Ball. For those who have been playing it, the Pokeball is what you start off with. Then you get a Great Ball, an Ultra Ball, and the Master Ball, which has a 100% catch rate, has gone undiscovered. So that could be part of the mystery that he's speaking of. The Master Ball, which is yet to be found. What about you, UC? Have you been playing any Pokemon Go at all, man?
Yeah, man. I play that when I go out or when I'm heading to the store somewhere. But yeah, that's interesting. As far as I know there's some Pokemon that you catch that you can totally rename. You can rename any Pokemon you catch to whatever you like. But there's some Pokemon that you can rename to like a later evolved version of that Pokemon. So like Pokemon evolves, it changes its name. If you name the first caught Pokemon, or whichever one, to like a later evolved name, you can get like immediately a quick evolve, if I said that right. You know what I mean? Like, but as far as I know, like maybe there's like an Easter egg where there's like a certain location around the globe that you have to go to, and then something will come up. I'm talking about like a big location, like somewhere big, like I don't know, maybe like an amusement park or somewhere relevant, like the observatory. Who knows, man?
Yeah, like Central Park. I've heard rumors that Mewtwo has been sighted at Central Park, but that's not true. As of right now, the 3 legendary birds in Mewtwo are really undiscovered, and if they do ever get found, from what I'm hearing, you actually cannot catch them because they don't have a catch rate that lets you do it. So you can throw as many Pokeballs or Great Balls as you want, but you will not be able to catch one of the 3 legendary birds or Mewtwo. So that's probably where the Pokeball, or the best Pokeball, the Master Ball, comes into play. Not sure exactly how people will be able to solve the Pokemon Go mystery. You got any ideas at all, UC? I mean, I could get pretty inventive. I think that there's some pretty epic stuff that they can do. Like you said, go to the location, but I mean, what if you have to like go to a certain location and do steps, much like in the Chiliad mystery, you know?
Yeah, maybe you have to like walk around the perimeter in like a certain sequence or something. Man, that's crazy to think about because this game is worldwide. Like, it literally has like the map of like your surroundings. So, man, there's definitely a lot to do. So it would be pretty massive, like when somebody finds out what exactly it is that triggers that Pokeball to spawn or the mystery. Pretty crazy stuff, man.
The unsolved Pokemon mystery. Let us know if you guys have any ideas. I cannot wait till they release more Pokemon in that game because I'm telling you, that is when it's going to blow up even more. For as popular it is now, once they add in many new features like trading and all that, that's when it's going to get even more popular. We do have an interesting poster out here. I was looking at Michael's daughter. It's interesting how she has stars on her neck, but you also have looks like the poster here to Michael's movie Meltdown. And what do we have here? Movie premiere special invite only. Looks like some stuff left over from his invitation to his movie premiere. What else are you looking at here inside of Michael's house, you see?
As far as I know, just interesting paintings that could be more symbolic. But I'm glad you brought up the meltdown, because this is something I need to tell everyone that's watching right now. You may not know this. I'm pretty sure you don't. But, okay, my friend Josino, I'm going to give him a shout out for telling me this, because this is huge. He was watching somebody digging through the coding and actually found out that the 3 UFOs in the game, he was looking at their coding, and they all have like locations in the game, right? But there was a certain location tied to the UFOs in the files, and that was like the movie studio. It was connected to the UFOs coding somehow. The location of the movie studio where Michael produces the Meltdown movie. Not only is that interesting, but that's where you can find people in alien costumes and people in astronaut costumes as well. So that's kind of interesting, and it kind of brings us to new possibilities. I mean, what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, that's very interesting. We'll go have to check that out here in this live stream. I've always wondered if there was something more to find there at Richard's Majestic, the huge movie studio. We know how much movie studios are talked about there in the real world version of Los Santos, which is Los Angeles and Vinewood. And you do have aliens walking around, astronauts. Not too much happens. You know, you have to go there a few times, of course, with Michael. But there's huge sets that really still have, I think, places that could be hiding certain things. Obviously, maybe a movie is going on of an alien takeover. So we'll have to check that out. We'll actually go visit that here in the live stream. We have college prep and fat camp. It's nighttime outside, but it looks like for some reason Michael's wife is out here sunbathing. What time is it? Damn. What are you doing, lady? It's 2 a.m. and you're outside sunbathing? These guys are acting very strange. One thing that also catches my eyes here in the house you see is the horse figurines that you can find. I always thought that was some sort of symbol for like the pale horse of the apocalypse, or you know, just kind of symbol for, you know, just to have horses here for no reason seems awfully strange. And I've heard many tales that horses are symbols for like Armageddon and the end of the world. Maybe that has something to do with Michael in some way.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, we do have a lot of theories going around about an alien invasion DLC. I remember that was a big thing in GTA 5, or Apocalypse DLC. The ammunition commercial alone talks about to be prepared for the apocalypse and get your ammunition care package today and like in your kit and stuff. But that's interesting. I mean, as far as I know, a lot of animals are symbolic. That's why we have the zodiacs for our birth dates. But who knows, man? Who knows? That's really interesting. Actually,
Yeah.
glad you brought up animals.
Well, you were
A lot of
mentioning
missing
3.
animals they didn't add.
Yeah, and we have the 3 horses that I can see, 3 different horse figurines. And another thing, speaking of animals that we have to check out, guys, one thing that's also very interesting, of course, is the fact that there is a sunroof here at Michael's house. You can see it up there, but it doesn't even lead to anything if you go and see the house from above. That sunroof is nowhere to be found. Let's go ahead and grab the helicopter and let's grab a bird's eye view of Michael's house, because there's yet another pretty interesting hidden symbol right here at Michael's house. And it could be, for some reason, symbolizing birds. I really don't know why. Definitely have to get UC's take on this one. That's a high flying to the skies. Now, UC, I know you're looking forward to No Man's Sky, man. I cannot wait to see. You know, obviously, I'm sure you'll probably do some live streams and whatnot, because I do not have the right console to play it. But I can't wait to see what you discover in that one, man. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs to find.
Yeah, man, that's the whole concept of the game, is just to explore, find new territory, find new animals, name new planets and species that you come across. There's also as well, like, Easter eggs to aliens and alien remains. There's a lot of like, I know they've shown off like some glyphs or like stones with glyphs on them from like an ancient civilization. But there's a main quest in the game is to head to the center of the galaxy. You'll notice there's this bright, massive star in the map when you're in the galaxy, and that's the center, which is honestly going to take hours, and I mean like a lot of time to get to. But even though the game is like so massive, 18 quintillion planets, the developer, I'm sorry, said that once you hit the center, it'll give you a good enough reason to put down your control and stop playing the game, even though there's so much content. So I'm really, really interested to see what's there.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting insight, man. And like I said, I'm going to have to watch you do some live streams of that game so I can actually see what the hell's going on, man. It seems so huge that I don't even know how they're going to be able to pull it off on one disc, man. Definitely excited for that one. So here we are above Michael's house. You can see the moonroof is nowhere to be found. And if you go all the way above Michael's house, for some reason, you see they put it in the shape of a duck. You can see the duck head right there next to the tennis court. And, of course, the tail is the back of the driveway there. So for some reason, especially the eye there, you can see the fountain makes up the eye. They put it in the shape of a duck. Do you think there's any meaning behind that at all?
As far as I know, what I can think about at the current moment, it makes me think about the Epsilon program, because I do believe the Epsilon program brings up birds and whatnot. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with that, especially if you watch Wispy. But, birds to me just represent freedom, but to the Epsilon program, it's a whole different ball game. I haven't looked much into the Epsilon program. I know I did read the Bible myself. But, Michael gets involved with the Epsilon program, and his house is a duck. The Epsilon program talks about a pond where the egg is. So, I don't know, maybe it's more symbolic to the Epsilon program to me, but I don't know what you personally think, Trippy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the bird's eye view thing, it's one of those clues that seems to be reoccurring. For some reason, birds have some very deep symbolism in the game. And then, of course, you have Michael's house in the shape of one. I doubt that's another coincidence. There's probably something to that. So here we are at Richard's Majestic. Let's go ahead and check this place out here, UC Live. We really appreciate all you guys joining up. September R. Oh, yeah, September R tweeted us. I forgot about that. She actually had found there's a tattoo on Trevor, one of the tattoos he can get, where you can clearly see the cracked egg in the background. Did you get a chance to see that tweet yet, UC?
Yeah, I seen it. I liked it. I retweeted it. It's really interesting how it's Trevor, and we've been talking about Trevor lately. Everything's starting to make sense now, kind of, huh?
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to September R. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you showing the love. Definitely means a lot to us. And, it's really amazing when you guys can reach out to us with, stuff that has gone undiscovered to this day. This game is massive, and trust me, there's still a lot undiscovered. And the game developers and the people who run Rockstar have even told us that there are some huge Easter eggs that'll probably go undiscovered for a long, long time. Okay, here we have a police chopper flying by. We're not doing anything wrong. Whoa! What the hell are they doing? Damn. So have you explored the Richard's Majestic backlots at all? You see, man, this place is massive.
Yeah, man, I've done some digging around there for quite some time, and last gen as well. It's interesting because, there's like a certain stage. If you look around, you'll see there's like stage garages for like the performance and stuff of like the cutscenes and movies. But there's like a certain garage stage where you'll hear like these monster sounds and like people screaming. I'm pretty sure they're shooting a movie in there, but I don't know. It's really strange. Another thing about that place as well is if you look around, it always points to like stage 15. Like you'll see some like posters on the say, "Go to stage 15" or stage 15. It like just shows it everywhere. So I don't know if that's relevant. I know we said that the coding of the UFOs is tied to this place. Maybe there's like a certain stage garage that opens up somehow. That would be definitely awesome to see. I know in Vice City they had like those directors garages like for the movies as well, just like this one, and you can go inside and see like a ship, astronauts. I mean, like a moon landing scene. I don't know if you've seen that before in Vice City. And there was also like a UFO outside. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. The studios in Vice City. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
they're faking the moon landing there at the Vice City studio. I think that's hilarious. They also have a porno there. Yeah, definitely pretty interesting. And yeah, maybe they're doing the same thing here. It looks like the movie set that we're on now is a movie called Deep Inside. Not sure what that could be a reference to. Deep Inside. Looks like some sort of courtyard of some kind. Let us know if you guys have any heads up. Looks like Darren Benjamin's here. Veronica Cortez Hansen, Master of Clash. JB Lucky. Appreciate you guys joining, man. Let us know what you think about Richard's Majestic. There's a huge murder mystery that is spawned from this location as well. Maybe we can find these alien actors. What are these guys doing over here? Where are you going? Damn it. See, it says right here, Deep Inside. Deep Inside. You have any ideas of what the movie Deep Inside would be about at all, UC?
Well, as far as I know, you can actually go into the in-game internet and find the movie studio website, and it shows all the movies that they're making. That's where I found the movie that, like how there's like aliens and then like astronauts. Well, there's actually it shows off the movie, and it's interesting that if you look at that movie, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like Intergalactic. It talks about time travel and how you have to like masturbate to time travel. It's
What?
there, man. I don't know if you want to look it up on the in-game website.
Are you serious? Well, how... Okay, should
Yeah.
we find that... Ooh, looks like these guys are setting it up. Should we find the name of the movie first? Let's look around.
Yeah, go to the internet on your phone, go to media and entertainment, and then you'll see classicvinewood.com, and you click on it, and then it'll say click here any movie to take a trip down Vinewood memory line. It's like a big yellow button, and from there you can scroll down, and then you'll see it's called The Shoulder of Orion 2. Click on that, and then it'll say everything about the movie. Let me know when you're there, bro.
Let's check this out here. So, you think I should search Vinewood?
Just go to the in-game, just bring up the internet, and it'll say in the corner, media and entertainment. Go ahead and click on that.
Media... Okay, hold on. Oh. There it is. I see it. Scroll up. Alright, hold on. Don't use the internet too often here in the game. Okay, Vinewood, classicvinewood.com.
Yeah, click on that, and then you'll see a large yellow button. Click on that as well.
Alright.
And then you should just scroll down way to the bottom, and then you'll see a movie, second to last, called The Shoulder of Orion 2, and go ahead and click on that.
Vinewood Zombie? Nice. Shoulder of Orion 2. It's time to fight to the end again? What the hell's going on here? There's a more or less...
I'm not sure if you want to read all of it, but the reference to the time travel is more towards like the end, like a little bit than half the end.
Alright, this is pretty crazy. So, they're trying to get rid of, save planet Earth from extinction and deliver as many one-liners as possible doing it. The movie completely rips off the old radio show Time Ranger, so they can travel through time by masturbating. Wow. Not sure if we can use that to our advantage, you see, but it's certainly an interesting clue here. Let's see what they say about it. Los Santos craps all over the shoulder of Orion 2. Oh, Invasion Los Santos. Interesting. That's a clear reference because I think that Battle Los Angeles is referenced directly in the Chiliad mystery, and here it is right here. Here's an Easter egg to Battle Los Angeles Invasion Los Santos. Definitely correlation right there. Interesting. Any other movies that you find interesting here at all, you see? I'm not sure, because it looks like this one's already done, so it wouldn't be in production now, you know? It must be a different Alien movie that they're currently working on.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's the same one because the description of the movie, it says lizard aliens, and then it talks about astronauts. But I think it's just something that Rockstar kept in. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's the same exact movie they're filming there, but maybe there's like making a part 2 or
Part 3,
who knows?
right?
But it's just one of those things. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things that are kind of distorted that don't make sense. But it's the same movie for sure, I believe.
Interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm trying to find the aliens, because what do you take from the aliens here at the studio being the exact same ones that are, that are pretty much the ones who abduct Michael? I think that's a little bit strange that the same ones that he sees are right here at the movie studio. I'm not sure if that's a sign that they're fake or what, man. What do you think?
Well, the aliens have always been the same model in the game. Like, for example, the one in Ludendorff, the North Yankton one. But I brought up an interesting thought, but there's no way this could be true. Like, what if, the people here at the studio, like, pulled a prank on him in the costumes and stuff? That would be pretty awesome, but I highly doubt it. But as far as I know, one thing that stands out about that cutscene is how there's monkeys before he gets abducted, man. That's pretty strange, because you can find the monkeys at the Humane Labs, and it's almost like symbolizing that Michael's a test experiment, because you can see that the monkeys are locked up in cages at the Humane Labs, which means that they're also experimental subjects.
Interesting. I mean, if they're experimental subjects, I'm wondering if there's some sort of super monkey, just not your average monkey, perhaps some kind of special ability of some kind. You talked about, maybe we can turn into the monkeys at some period with a new golden peyote, something like that. If that's the case, maybe they're test monkeys. They have some sort of special ability, and maybe that is why they are communicating or basically helping out the aliens. That's my biggest thought about that. I don't know. Do you really think that we'll eventually have a new golden peyote plant to turn into the monkeys?
Yeah, man, they're in the game. They're in the game coding. They're just not added yet. But oh my god, dude, I just hunched an idea. Okay, so check this out. So I think that the reason Michael gets abducted, man, this is like a reference or like a symbolic thing for something that later happens in the game. So you can see that in the cutscene, Michael gets abducted by the aliens. So he's an experimental subject, he's lost of control, he's being manipulated by the aliens. If you look closely, the UFOs say FIB. What happens later in the story mode? The FIB agents try to manipulate Michael into doing their task for them. And, also at the end, the FIB tell you to kill off Trevor or Michael. I think it's a reference that these FIB men are trying to, take over Michael's life, or some of the characters or the storyline. You know what I mean? Like manipulation, loss of control. You got to do this. It's really interesting because UFOs do say FIB, and FIB men do make a big change in the story mode.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, right? Where Michael seems to be the puppet. You're saying he's getting manipulated. Well, that's exactly who's manipulating him, the FIB. And these guys, they use Michael as their puppet. They're really using him for whatever they need. But then all of a sudden, when he's turning on them, and he's all of a sudden making moves, that's why they have to eliminate him, because he's no longer their puppet. So I totally think that, obviously, that's kind of correlating with everything, and maybe that is why, he's so involved with movies, because movies is all about actors, actresses, they're all just puppets for the person who wrote the movie and who's controlling everything. And that is probably why Michael wants to make his own movie, so he can be in control for once instead of being the puppet. Not seeing these damn aliens anywhere, man. Son of a bitch. Looks like they are not around at all. Guess they're only around sometimes. Looks like we have a studio extra back here. So you see, one other thing we wanted to do here on the live stream is we wanted to check out Lester's house, because you had something that you also think is very relevant, man. What's going on over at Lester's house? I feel like that's like the single point in the game where the most stuff is hid.
Yeah, there's something interesting I want to show off there. If you can go ahead and head there in your game right now, we can go ahead and discuss it because there's some things I need to show while I'm speaking, so it makes sense. So you can go ahead and let me know when you're there, man.
What's the mission again? Is it, what, friends?
Friend request. It's the 8th mission.
There we go. Friend request. Head back to Lester's house. Appreciate you guys all chilling here in the live stream. A lot of people. HDog210, apparently a huge USA fan as we prepare for the Olympics. Hopefully that is not a complete shit show. Suplex City, looks like he's out, man. Appreciate you joining up, Suplex City. Always great seeing you. Trippy Medium Space pointing out the references to Zombie Apocalypse. There's also that zombie movie, that Vinewood Zombie. Really expected some more zombie action to happen here at Grand Theft Auto 5 after the success of the Undead Nightmare and Red Dead Redemption. David Behan, the YouTube blogger. Appreciate you joining up. Ooh, Sosa Baby here as well. Oh boy. Talking here with Lester the Creeper here.
I know you never mentioned my name. No, I'm not on any lists anywhere.
Maybe this guy is the Illuminati. I don't know.
You gotta figure that
Not too sure what to make of him.
that instead of gently decomposing in North Yankton, you're angrily decomposing
Puppet master.
in Los Santos with a shrink and a wife who don't love you no more.
Yeah, man, it's kind of strange once again how they put so much symbolism in his house. It's the one mecca for Chiliad mystery and really any other hidden mysteries that are in the game. I can guarantee you there'll be a clue to it here at Lester's house.
I heard him say that he saved America.
Yeah, man, for a while I was actually saying that Lester is a reference to Rockstar North when they produced the game, like the developers of the game, because, you know, the developers of games, they have their own headquarters where they have their plans set up, they got their posters up, what's going to go down, and what's going to go down in the game, right? So I think, like Lester, he actually is like the main influence of the story mode. He plans out the heist, a lot of the missions, he's the one in control of what's going to go down. And you can see he has a lot of computers here at his house, a lot of equipment, kind of like something Rockstar North would have in the game. So I'm like, maybe Lester's like a reference to a developer and like one of the developer's ideas, one of a lot of things that were like planned for the game. This is just a thought that I was thinking for a while, but I don't know what you think about that.
I've always thought there was something strange about Lester just because he's unlike any character we've seen in a Grand Theft Auto game. He just has this unique behind-the-scenes feel where you know that he pretty much has everything on lock. You know, he's the one that sets up these huge bank robberies. And if you think about it, Grand Theft Auto, you know they're going to continue with the same approach. They're going to have more bank heists, more major operations with multiple characters, which means Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably going to have the same kind of character. And I would not be surprised if that character ends up being Lester all over again. He's probably someone who's not going to go away, because they need somebody who needs to know the inner workings of, I guess, the Illuminati, whatever the hell you want to call it. So here we are, UC. What should we be checking out as we look at Lester's villa?
As much as I love catching up.
I want you to head into the direction of the little corner in Lester's house where the jetpack symbol is. One of the places where you actually first mentioned the time travel sticky notepad. Do you know exactly where that's at? Pretty sure you do.
Yep, yeah, I'm staring at it right now. 88 miles per hour to travel into time.
Okay, sweet. So, alright guys, so I want you guys to pay attention close. This is something I have thought about, but there's actually a real life reference here on one of the notepads to San Andreas. But there's also something interesting besides that here. If you look, this could kind of, to me, it could resemble the mural, this little headquarters here in the corner, how it's like left, front, and right, like it's just closed off like in that way. But if you look to the left, you can see Accept the Truth poster with a UFO, a Space Invader UFO from a game. At the top, you see an alien poster as well. And all this on the left side resembles like a UFO. And on the mural, the left side, of course, is the UFO. And in the middle, we can see some things that haven't been discovered yet, which count as Easter eggs. Like, for example, um, 88 miles per hour time travel would be the main Easter egg in the game, of course, if it's possible. Maybe that's the Easter egg for the mural. And on the right side, we see the jetpack symbol, which is on the right side of the mural as well. Interesting about that. I'm not done here yet, Trippy, but what do you think about that already alone?
Where's the jetpack symbol? Are you talking about the one with the guy in the gun?
Yeah, go into that little place right there. You'll notice that you're closed off. Like there's like something in front of you, and to the side, and to the right as well. At the right side, you see the jetpack logo right there on top, and on the left, you see like this "Accept the Truth" UFO poster. In the middle, you see like these little TVs and the notepads as well.
Okay, so you think that is another kind of way to symbolize the Chiliad mystery mural?
Yeah, because like I said, if you look to the left, there's nothing but like things that resemble UFOs. The Accept the Truth poster is the UFO. Space Invader UFO to the right of that. On top, you see an alien poster. And then on the right side, we see a jetpack, just like on the mural. And in the middle, we see like the sticky notepads, which symbolize a huge Easter egg in the game that obviously hasn't been done. But also, like here on the right side, you notice there's a jetpack. Look right here where the computer's at. You'll see a book right next to the computer with a coffee mug. That same exact book right there is the one that has CJ on it that says surveillance. You got to look closely, man. If you go back to the bookshelf, you'll notice it's the exact same one. So another San Andreas reference here to the right side. Just how like the jetpack is up here from San Andreas.
Let's see. Yeah, I see what you're saying, of course. Obviously, all the side seems to be UFOs. Pretty interesting message right here where it says Bigfoot, big lie. Very interesting because they've recently added a massive Bigfoot Easter egg into the game. What does this sticky note say here? Government don't want me to know this? Government.
Okay, good thing you brought that up right now. Because look, you notice it says government doesn't want you to know this, and there's an arrow. That arrow points right to the jetpack. Now, this is a reference to San Andreas because in that time we did a mission called the Black Project where we had to steal the jetpack. Governments that work on projects that are secret and nobody knows about them yet are called black projects. If you look, it says government don't want you to know this. It points to the jetpack, and that was a black project, something that the government doesn't want you to know. Pretty cool, huh?
Definitely. I like how you say how it points directly there because it's kind of funny how it does. The arrow, government don't want me to know this, directly to the jetpack symbol. Let's see. Let's check out some other nooks and crannies here. As you can see, this is the perfect place for Rockstar to hide something in the corner or, underneath something. What do we have here? Dynamic programming. Don't notice anything there. You can see there are some crutches behind this desk. Check out the computer here.
Another thing you can see on the left side where the UFOs are, but like it's kind of more towards Lester's side right here by the bookshelf, you see a box that says Desert UFO on it. Can you see that?
Yeah, I think I have it right here. Down. No, okay, there's the one that says Bigfoot. There it is. I see it now. Right where Lester can get to it. Desert UFO. What do you know about the Desert UFO, Franklin? Plenty of files in there, including a video cassette. What do we have here? Okay, that's one of those guys from the picture over there. I know he's got the toy collection on the wall. Over here, with the time travel clue, I feel like this is a reference to the flux capacitor right here on the wall. So, man, Lester knows something about time travel. I don't know why there's so many clues to this in the game. This was over 50 years ago. The hell's going on here? Let us know if you guys have seen anything. I definitely think that's interesting. Of course, how you said the left side, just like on the mural, is pretty much all UFO related. Somehow the egg maybe is pointed out here in the middle where you have the Back to the Future references and then the jetpack symbol itself. Pretty crazy stuff going on here in Lester's house, including tons of symbols of the Illuminati.
Is there something else?
What do we have here? Facade, Skull, Righteous Slaughter 7. Where did you say the book with CJ was at, UC?
On the right side where the jetpack symbol is, if you look to the bottom of that, you'll see a computer screen. And right next to the computer screen is a book with a coffee mug on it. Look closely and you'll notice it's the same exact book that says Surveillance that has CJ on it.
Please excuse me.
Let's keep going down. It's on, okay, so where's CJ on the book?
It's the same exact book. If you go around the bookshelf, a little bit around to the back of the room, you'll find the book that says Surveillance and shows CJ. But if you look close enough to the one next to the computer, you'll realize it's the same exact book. Obviously, you can't see him because there's like a coffee mug and other stuff on top. But you can definitely tell it's the same exact book that has CJ on it.
Aha. Wait a minute. Let's zoom in. I see someone is circled on there. And you think, is that CJ circled? It is CJ.
Yeah, that's just, go to the book.
Emily Gross. I see it on there. Surveillance written by Emily Gross. Yeah, it definitely seems to be a picture of CJ. So not only do you have references to traveling in time, but you have a picture of CJ, the main protagonist from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So do you think that there's a chance that CJ, really the rightful owner of the jetpack, do you think he has some sort of relevance here as far as the Chiliad mystery is concerned, do you see?
It's hard to say. I think it's more of like a reference, but I think the main point of interest is the middle that says time travel, because if it does resemble the mural in a way, you know that the middle is an Easter egg that hasn't been solved. We look around the map and we find all kinds of references to 1.21 gigawatts. It's everywhere. It's even on the railgun. We got a space stalker that represents the travel machine from Back to the Future. I don't know if you can physically travel back in time in the game, but maybe it's just more symbolic to meaning that we have to travel back to other Grand Theft Auto games, or maybe even other games made by Rockstar to find more clues or connections to the GTA 5 mystery.
Yeah, I definitely think you could be right about that. And I really do feel, man, after showing that off, I feel like that's a pretty damn good clue. And I think that, you know, if you think about it, the jetpack, there's only one of them. The government had the jetpack highly protected, and CJ was able to steal it. So CJ is the one person who has the jetpack, and perhaps somehow by traveling back into time, something like that. I don't know, you know, if we have to find CJ, maybe travel back into time to get him, but maybe that is the way to either solve the Chiliad mystery or get the jetpack. I just feel like with all of these clues towards CJ and traveling back into time, UC, I feel like maybe, you know, we need to find CJ. Perhaps CJ is one of the keys to everything, man. He really is, you know, the heart of the original San Andreas. So why wouldn't he be in this game? Why would they keep him out? That's what I want to know.
Well, they obviously want us to find him, like as a huge Easter egg, which would be awesome, honestly. Like, what if you could just like somehow find him and he got like an extra character wheel slot you can transform into CJ, and then you know he'll have the option to get the jetpack and whatnot. That would be awesome, bro. Like, I don't know what you think about that.
That would be amazing. I think that would be the ultimate conclusion to the Chiliad mystery. And once again, the fact that he's right there on the Chiliad mystery mural, I think there's a good chance that that's exactly what's going on, man. Perhaps CJ has something to do with this whole mystery. Really appreciate you guys joining up, man. Thank you guys so much. I see a ton of you are in the live stream chat. we'll definitely have another one very soon. Any last thoughts, UC, man? I think that was a great discovery, or at least obviously you pointed that out today in your video, the fact that Michael's house, it already was correlated to the Chiliad region, I guess we'll call it, but I really do think that it correlates to the Chiliad mystery mural as well. There's probably something more that we have to find there in his house, so hopefully you guys can check it out. Let us know if you discover anything. I mean, look at the symbol here to Bill Gelko. That is even the same sun as the one that Michael wears right there on his neck, man. There's definitely something about Michael that I can't put my finger on, UC, man. There's something still very mysterious about him.
Yeah, definitely. He also kind of resembles the person from Max Payne, the main character from Max Payne. I know you could get that outfit from Max Payne as well for Michael. So I think Michael's really important. I know for a fact that my choice of characters, and it goes from 1 to 3, my favorite ones are Trevor, Michael, and Franklin. Not really too much into Franklin. He's just like whatever to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that Michael is like one of the best characters. There's a lot of weird things going on with him. I mean, I don't know, man. We'll find out more stuff along the way. We have a lot of time to investigate. I want to thank you for having me, Trippy. I want to thank everybody for watching and tagging along. If you guys aren't familiar, I do have a channel. If you guys can subscribe to that, that would be awesome. I'll keep you guys updated with the latest GTA 5 mystery news, whatever I come across. There's a lot of good things coming. And yeah, so peace out, guys.
Yeah, definitely go subscribe to Fearless Forces channel if you have not already, as we do have plenty of upcoming episodes and special events for you guys. Yeah, man, I really feel like Michael is the link to Max Payne. You have Trevor as the link to John Marston from Red Dead Redemption, and Franklin, as we know, is a link to CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So if that's the case, man, which character is linked up to the Chiliad mystery? We've been talking about Trevor a lot lately, but there's a good chance that it could be Michael, as he is the puppet. There's plenty of puppet masters, but Michael is the puppet himself. Appreciate you guys once again, man. Thank you so much. We'll have another live stream coming up for you very soon. Have a great week. Catch you for another new episode tomorrow. Subscribe to Fearless Force, and as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends.